the Zulu King has spoken, the King Mrs. Zulu, the king of the Zulu tribe. So he was speaking, giving a speech and advising the Zulu people. But to be specific, this message he knew is going to get out there to the whole of South Africa. So I would say he was advising the whole of South Africa to stop with the xenophobia, to stop with the Afrophobia and the hatred towards African people, African foreigners. That's how you want to call it. So I've listened to what he said. I can even quote him word for word in Zulu if I wanted. But to simplify what he said, he was just expressing the fact that if these people are coming from harsh conditions, wherever they're coming from, and they're coming to South Africa because of greener pastures, South Africans must be happy, because that means our country is seen as that country that has greener pastures. Hold on, that's not all he said. He never said foreigners must come here illegally. I never heard him advocate for illegal immigration. I never heard him say foreigners must come here without documents. He didn't speak anything about documents. What he was saying was, let's practice the humility. And another thing he said, very interesting, is that let's say these foreigners come KwaZulu-Natal. Maybe they want a place to stay, they want land. He was saying, if you happen to know foreigners in KwaZulu-Natal, tell them if they want a place to stay, they can come to the king, meaning they can come to him. He's going to accommodate them. He's going to give them a piece of land. He's going to give them a piece of place to stay. That's what kings do. They are accommodating of everyone. Don't be surprised. So that's what he said. You can go watch the video on and on. That's what he said. So the king has spoken regarding foreigners in Jozi. What he said is that laba abasegoli bona ukuthi into zabo kwenzakalani, whether lento esithengiswayo or whatever, he doesn't know about that. But if you are a Zulu, you are a South African, you must teach these people who come here to visit our country how we do things here in South Africa. You must teach them our cultures. You must introduce them to our ways of doing things, our laws. You must introduce them to the culture and the community we have here in South Africa. That's what he was saying, the king of the Zulu people. The clips are all over the internet. You can go and rewatch them. So I like the king. I respect the king and many other kings, respectfully so, because they are kings. You know, Your Highness, they deserve the respect. They deserve for us to sit back and listen to their wisdom, because they have wisdom transferred generationally through their blood, through ancestors, somehow, somewhere, somehow, because they are the custodians of the land, because they are kings. So it means a lot coming from the king of the Zulu nations, this thing of not trying to jumpstart xenophobia. It means a lot coming from the king, someone who has a right to land, someone who has a right to hand out land, someone who can sit back and be like, I'm the king. What are you going to do? No politician is going to do anything. He is the king of the Zulu nation. So it means a lot when a king speaks like this. It shows that he doesn't have xenophobia towards our African brothers and sisters. It shows that, yeah, he does want foreigners when they come here to respect the laws. It shows that the king is not trying to close the doors and then just accommodate South Africans only. He wants even tourists to come and do tourism and get exposed to how we do things in South Africa, whether be Europeans, whether be Chinese, whether be Indians or black Africans. So shout out to the king. Shout out to the king for not being xenophobic. Shout out to the king for trying to at least teach people how to not hate other African brothers and sisters. Thank you very much to the king. If you don't believe me, there's plenty of videos online, clips of the king speaking about this. You will hear it. But in the meantime, thank you very much. I felt like I wanted to share this with you guys so you can know what the king of the Zulu nation thinks. Just because a few Zulu people think a certain way about this thing of foreigners. It doesn't mean the whole of the Zulu nation thinks like that. Plus means a lot when it comes to the king. Politicians doesn't matter, they are politicians, random people. The king has spoken. It means a lot when it comes from the king. And the king is not xenophobic. The king is not Afrophobic. So yeah, shout out to the king. History will reward him very well. He was never one of those guys who is xenophobic to our African brothers and sisters. And I believe he's a pan-Africanist, the king of the Zulu nation. Thank you very much to everyone who has been watching. Thank you very much to everyone who has been donating. Thank you very much to everyone who has been sending e-wallet, cash send. Thank you very much to everyone who has been supportive of the boy, sharing the message. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless you and your family and everyone around you. In the meantime, remember one thing. You can't afford to be negative. Thank you.